All right, recording. And we are now live. So welcome everyone to the June 22nd Planning Board meeting. Let me just read the agenda out for everyone and put it on my, share it on my screen.
I think we should introduce the members first.
I agree. Go ahead.
George D'Angelo.
Here.
Leo Pisano.
Here.
Cheyenne Rangel.
Yeah.
Mike O'Connor.
Here.
And James Starr.
Here.
That's all the members. Is that correct? And we have Shane O'Brien, the City Planning Department.
Yep, representing staff today, Shane O'Brien.
And I'm Chairman Frederick Cafasso.
Hey, Fred, how's it going? And so notice is hereby given that there will be a meeting of the Everett Planning Board on Monday, June 22nd, 2020 at 7 p.m. We're a little behind, so we're starting at 7:23 today due to some technical difficulties. Hopefully that will be resolved. In our agenda for a remote participation meeting. So let me read this prompt. In response to Governor Baker's declaration of a public health emergency and the related emergency executive order dated March 12th, 2020, the Everett Planning Board shall be meeting remotely per the notice. The audio conferencing application Zoom will be used for this purpose. An online link and telephone number will be provided on all meeting agendas and also on the city's website. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to make sure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the city's website an audio and video recording transcript or other comprehensive record of the proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. The application will permit the public to access and participate in future board meetings and hearings. Instructions for joining meetings in this manner will be provided on the city and city clerk's websites. We extend our thanks for our understanding and participation in this manner, which is intended to keep members of the board and the public safe. So we did a roll call of the members, and we have new business, which is a minor modification to a site plan approval for 201 Beecham Street. The previous approval was for November 9th, 2015. So we do have the representative here, Carla. Carla Chaffee?
Chaffee, actually.
Yeah. All right. So let me put the proposal on our screen. Let me just share my screen quickly. And from there, all right, we can start. No, give me Carla.
Great. Mr. Chairman, would you like me to just go over the proposal or
Yes, please.
jump in? Okay, great. So again, my name is Carla Chaffee. I'm an attorney at Robinson & Cole, and we're here on behalf of Amazon, who I believe you know is already operating a delivery station at 201 Beecham Street. This is a very minor modification to the 2015 site plan approval. Per the terms of that approval, we need to provide your board with notice when there's any modifications to the approved site plan. We can take a look. It's within the application, the site plan that was approved in 2015, and also we've provided just a highlighted area where this highlighted area, I think Shane is showing us right now. All we want to do is lease that additional parking area, and that will not be for any sort of delivery trucks. It's just for associate personal vehicle parking. Currently, there are less than 15 associates over 3 shifts that actually have to park off-site and are shuttled in every day. And so that just creates a little additional logistics and congestion, and it would just be easier for everyone involved really to have their parking spaces on the small area there. Our current site plan pretty much runs all the way up to the western edge of that highlighted area. So this would just be an extension of that parking. Again, there's no changes to our interior use of the building. There's no changes to the exterior of the building. There's no expansion of the parking lot, no grading. Just a small expansion and modification to what was approved previously. I'm happy to answer any questions.
How many spaces do you come with that?
We're not sure. It should be under 15 at this point. Those plans have not been finalized, but we want to give the notice to you before we decided to enter the lease. But it's under 15.
This is a permanent change now, not a temporary one, correct?
Permanent and for the foreseeable future, right? Not several months, you know, as long as our lease is continuing there, we will continue to use the parking spaces.
Okay.
Yeah, I think my only comment would be in terms of just making sure that any parking spaces would be striped, of course, and then they're not blocking any other additionals, you know, areas. We don't want, you know, stacked parking, you know, it's just making sure that on the outskirts, 15 spaces are in a manner that's reasonable and accessible for fire apparatuses as well.
Okay.
So I would just make that as part of any condition that the board would have.
Any other questions? At this time, the chair will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for favorable action.
Second the motion.
And this favorable action is for the additional parking for Amazon and not to infringe upon any emergency vehicles that might need to occupy at the present time. Is that correct?
I believe that is the motion.
Thank
Did
you.
Did you hear me, Fred?
I did, but we didn't hear that second part, which was added by Shane.
Okay, yeah, it was a motion for favorable action for minor modifications for 201 Beecham Street.
With the access needed for the emergency vehicles.
With the access needed for emergency vehicles.
Now we have a second.
And the striping of 15 parking spaces.
Sure.
Do we have a second now?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the additional parking at 201 Beecham Street. Roll call vote.
Sure. Leo Pisano,
Yes.
Michael O'Connor,
Yes.
Diane Rangel,
Yes.
George D'Angelo,
Yes.
and Fred Cafaso.
Yes.
All right, that's unanimous. Thank you, Carla, very much, and we'll send over a communication to you ASAP.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
No
You're
problem.
welcome.
Have a good night.
And
All right,
so,
you too. All right, I sent over board minutes. Chairman Cafaso has some comments. States in the minutes, a motion by Leo Pisano is to accept the withdrawal of 43 Corey Street. So I will make that change to the June 9th, 2020 meeting minutes. So if we could have a motion to,
Wait a minute,
Oh.
please. All right, I just want to
Sure.
make a couple of more modifications. They're minor, but I think they should be introduced into the minutes. Leo Pisano opened the meeting as acting chairman,
okay,
please, as acting
Yes.
chairman.
sure. I'll,
And then,
acting chairman. All right, more?
and that until Chairman Fred Cafaso took over the meeting,
Sure.
okay? Just so, and we knew who started the meeting other than Leo or James Tarr or
Okay,
Cheyenne, for that matter, but she wasn't there, I don't think.
correct. All right, I will, I'll add that to the amended agenda, so.
Now with the amendments and the revisions, the chair will entertain a motion.
Motion to accept the minutes from June 9th meeting
With the revisions
with
and
revisions.
amendments.
and amendments as noted.
Second motion.
A motion is made and seconded to accept the minutes for June 9 with the revisions and amendments as noted. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. It has been accepted.
All right, so staff communications, I'll be sending out packets soon because I'm in the office this week, so I'm waiting on a couple projects, but we don't have a meeting, we don't meet again until July 20th, 2020. I'm assuming virtually again, hopefully with less problems. But yeah, we got, not till July 20th is our next meeting. We should have about 2 or 3 items on the agenda. Other than that, everything's good over here.
Is there
When we
something
go-
coming up that we should know about?
43 Corey's, the project, actually, one more thing. I apologize, we're not totally done yet. I received a continuance from the School Street Norwood project. So they're asking to be rescheduled to a date available for September 8th, 2020 for the board's consideration.
Do we have a motion?
What was the address again, please?
This one is, let me check.
The Bouvier property.
Yep.
Yep,
Okay, but do we want to give, we want a specific address?
yeah, let me get it quick, sorry. It's because partially Norwood, partially,
Either Norwood Street or School Street.
it's 166, 172 School Street.
Okay. I will make a motion for a continuance of 166, 172 School Street till some,
Can you hear him?
I
Yeah,
read
we
his
couldn't hear-
lips. We read his lips. He wants to continue it to September 8th, is it? For 166,
Yeah,
172 School Street. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to continue 166, 172 School Street till September 8th, 2020. All those in favor?
Mhm.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. It has been continued.
All right, other than, yeah, 43 Corey Street may probably be on the agenda. We have a project for Tremont Street and, what's his name? Paul Delory has a project that he's been working on as well. So we may have 2 or 3 items on the next agenda.
and in all sincerity, Shane, those are a lot of projects coming up, and I don't find this way of doing business gives justice to everything. When are we going back to City Hall?
We are waiting on city council to make some sort of, right now, city council is meeting today to talk about the effectiveness of virtual meetings. So once we hear from what city council really has to say tonight, we'll go from there. I'm hoping just to have one more virtual meeting for July, and hopefully we're back in here for August. So I'm hoping that, you know, if anything changes, I'll let you guys know immediately. But, you know, until City Hall is completely open to the members of the to the public, I feel like we have to just meet virtually until that point comes. But if there's any recommendations that I can do to help, being that, you know, I'm personally back in the office, if there's anything that I can do to help assist this process in an easier way, feel free to
Well,
let me know.
A while ago, when Mike Vivaldi was running things, we used to get the packages about on a Thursday or a Friday before the meeting. So we had all weekend to study it and review it, and would like to see that again. Is that
Okay.
possible?
That's absolutely possible. I can give you guys physical packets once again.
That's
I'm organizing physical packets now, and I can get you those packets probably not the Thursday before, but I can get it to you probably a week before that. So
That's okay.
All right.
And also, these people, some of them are noted for submitting a package and then the night of the meeting having some significant changes, which kind of are a pain in the neck because we don't get to review them properly. So you
Agreed.
got to limit them to 3 days before the meeting, okay?
Agreed.
And, okay, now, I know it's probably just my computer, but I'm cutting in and out of here all night through this whole meeting.
Mhm.
And projects that you're talking about are coming up, particularly Quarry Street, very serious projects. And I think, like I say again, we need to give it its just due as far as to the city and to the applicant. So
All right.
I'm almost at the point where, I don't know, I don't find this works for me personally. I don't know about anybody else, but when you sit down with a whole set of drawings that you're trying to speak to an applicant and an architect, this is a tough way to do it. So,
Yeah, let me,
so
let-
if
let-
anyone's trying to get an opinion, go ahead, I'm sorry.
sure, no, let me talk to Tony about that and see kind of what the methodology is in terms of what we're looking to do with boards, because maybe we can get a few people in and just have a discussion as well. Whether we be 6 feet apart or not, or, work out something with IT where some people can be here physically and other people can be at home. So let me look into that, because we're, kind of getting into the different phases of, Massachusetts opening. So, I think we're closer to being here in person.
Good.
All right. Other than that, I got nothing.
Motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second the motion.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn at 7:40 PM. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.
All right.
See you in
Thanks.
July.
See you in July.
Yes.